Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Tani and I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 kids, ages 13, 6, and 2. And today I'm joining the Secular Homeschool collaboration hosted by Nicole over at Secular and Free Homeschool. And today's topic is the biggest curriculum myths of the year. Now, normally I don't share very much like curriculum that I don't like, just because I don't want to put out a negative video about a curriculum and have someone not use a curriculum that they would have enjoyed because of my negative video, because often curriculum that I don't enjoy, it's just like a personal choice. It's not necessarily that the curriculum itself is bad. But that's today's topic, so I'm going to share. So my biggest miss this year was entirely within language arts. And it was 3 different things that I chose to use in language arts this year. And funnily enough, this one was actually picked out personally by my son, and it just didn't work out. So those 3 things are the Spectrum Language Arts for grade 2, Wordly Wise for book 2, and Explode the Code book 1. So my logic in getting this was just because, like, my son already knows how to read, but I really, what's the word? Like, I have like a fear that I've left a hole somewhere a lot. So I kept saying this, and I wanted to go back and kind of start from the beginning to make sure that I didn't miss anything as far as phonics goes, because I didn't really do like a formal phonics education outside of like reading, you know what I mean? Or like A is ah, and then like slowly putting the words together, which I guess is essentially what this is. But it was a miss. There's nothing wrong with the curriculum. The curriculum is fine. It was literally just that my son was annoyed that it was 3-letter words. And he was like, Mom, I already know how to do this. And I'm annoyed that you would make me do this. And I thought that maybe going through this would help him with spelling, because I've never done any like spelling with him. But he actually ended up just asking me for a spelling curriculum. And he didn't like this. I have heavily considered just bumping up to the actual book 5, which would be like the grade level that my son is actually at. But as of right now, I'm not planning on doing that, just because he already kind of has a bad taste in his mouth about this curriculum. So I'm probably just going to set it aside. But, you know, keep an eye on the future. Maybe one day I'll use this with my daughter to teach her how to read. But that's that. The next thing is Wordly Wise, book 2. Now, I really, really love this curriculum. I used it with my older son. He really enjoyed it. And my son initially was really excited to see that he was going to be able to use this. But once we started to get into it, and I'll show you, he just, I don't know. I think it just, like, on top of everything else that we were doing, it just felt tedious, I think, to him. Like, he would get excited when he would see his vocabulary words out. Like, he'd be like, oh, that's a vocabulary word. But, like, when it got to the passage part of the lesson, he really kind of checked out. And I already had kind of so much going on language arts-wise that I found that this and Explode the Code would be things that I would end up skipping often, just to kind of avoid the fight about it. And then the last thing that I pretty much scrapped this right at the beginning, and he picked it out because I bought all the Spectrum workbooks for my older son for this school year, and he ultimately ended up going back to an in-person program mid-year. But when we were picking out his curriculum, my 6-year-old saw this and was like, hey, there's grade 2, and I'm grade 2, so he wanted it just because it said grade 2. Now, we did use the Spectrum money math book, and he loved it. And my older son really, really liked the Spectrum science workbook that he had to do. But this just, like, kind of immediately didn't work. And I'll show you why. So, like, it starts with grammar, and like, that's it. That's like all the explanation that you get. And then it goes straight into like sort the nouns. And it just didn't work out very well. Like, I didn't feel like this was enough to explain to him. Granted, you know, he's not the target age group for this one. You know, when this is 2nd grade, it means like what is that, an 8-year-old? A 7, 8-year-old. So maybe for a 7, 8-year-old, like this would be enough. This would be more of review. But for him to like learn the parts of speech this way, this just was not enough information. And it would just be this and then like one worksheet and then it would move on. And it just wasn't working. So we were already doing all of other things for language arts. Like I said, I think I just did too much. I tried to do all the things, and these are the things that just kind of fell off as the year went on. This one, no, I'm sorry. This one's lasted the longest. We're still working through it, and I still, like, he's almost done with it because I really slowed down on doing it just to, to keep him going, because I wanted him to be able to spell these words, like, by rote, and he kind of can, like, if you push him. So I still kind of have it in mind, like, I want to finish this. I stopped making him do these at, like, midway through. Yeah, but I really, really love Word-Wise. I really like Spectrum. I didn't like their language arts, but I really like most of the other things I've seen from Spectrum. And I wish I had started, I either should have probably started Explode the Code sooner, or I should have started him at grade level instead of trying to go back and start him from the beginning. But either way, yep, these are our misses, and he doesn't, like, he said this is his least favorite thing that he did all year. So that makes me sad. I really, really love that. But like I shared in one of the earlier videos, we're going to try the Jackdaw Publishing, and hopefully that will be, oh, I keep bumping you guys, I'm sorry. Hopefully that will be, a good answer to that. So, if you guys have any stories about failing a curriculum, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.